Let's try this again.
Okay, take three.
Oh yeah, this is the third one. What's up, everybody? Back with Blaze and Confused.
How you doing?
Got Derek with us again, and today we have a topic. I know the past few videos we haven't had a topic. We got a topic today.
Yeah, it was our New Year's resolution to have one video with a topic.
Yes.
So here you go.
So first thing,
What's the topic?
first thing is how you been doing?
I'm doing all right. Staying busy.
Staying busy. All
Hectic
right.
week. And how are you, sir?
I am fantastic.
Okay, good.
Easy going a week.
Good. That's good.
All right. Enough of that crap.
No, give us a recap of how Jess is doing.
Okay. Well, Jessica. Okay.
Yeah.
She's good. Next.
Next.
No.
Yeah. Moving right along.
She's doing pretty good. She's had some numbers drop on her platelets, and she's had a couple of platelet transfusions. But they've been able to keep the numbers from tanking too low to where she's not bleeding. So that's been really good. It's been a smooth week. If her numbers keep climbing up like they have, she should be able to get treatment Tuesday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This, what I didn't say in take two, is this will be the second treatment in a row without her being like hospitalized or having to take several weeks off.
Yeah, which is huge. That's awesome.
Really huge.
Yeah.
And we were also told, she's had issues with her hemoglobin, the red, white blood cells.
Mm-hmm.
She was told the other day that everybody doing this trial is having issues with their numbers. Now, Jessica's the only one that's been hospitalized twice, but everybody else has been having issues. So that's kind of in a way, it sucks for everybody, but it's comforting to know that Jessica's not the only one this is happening to.
It's not an isolated, it's not her.
Right.
Right. It's consistent. So that is good news.
So, but yeah, this week has been great.
Good.
I'm going to ride that train as long as we can.
Heck yeah.
So.
Definitely.
All right. Let's get the topic.
Okay.
Houston, Texas.
We're moving. No.
No.
We're not moving.
Not after what we're about to tell you.
Yeah.
So Houston, Texas, this is currently in the news, and it's been in the news for a long time, several years. But they keep fishing bodies out of a bayou in Houston, Texas.
Or a bayou area. There's
bayou area, yes.
Several marshy bayou type settings.
It's a certain 52-mile stretch of bayou that they keep getting bodies out of. And in the past 9 years, they have pulled over 200 bodies out of the bayou. 2024 was 35 bodies they pulled out. 2025, I just saw where it says over 30. So that's damn near 70 bodies in 2 years.
Yeah.
All different causes. They say the homeless, drug overdoses. There has been some homicides. There's also 40 bodies that they don't know what the cause of death was.
And you see a number that high in one concentrated area, your mind automatically goes towards serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the authorities are saying they have no evidence that it's a serial killer. So,
and that's where is a red flag to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying a serial killer is involved with every single body that's out there, but I think it contributes to it.
There seems to be a likelihood that there is some form of serial killing going on that has contributed to the body count there.
Right.
Yeah. And I had mentioned to you, the story reminded me of a Netflix documentary from, I think, 2022 called The Texas Killing Fields, about a stretch of highway in League City, Texas, where several bodies were found. And they were speculating that it was kind of a dumping ground for one or more serial killers who would frequent that highway or travel that highway either for work or just knowing how isolated it was. And they chose that place to be their dumping ground. And it's actually not too far from the Houston area.
Right.
It's very close.
From the Bayou area.
Yeah, the Bayou area even.
So what if, because they caught on to the killing fields, what if they just moved it? Because now the killing fields, there's a lot of attention on them. There has been attention on for many years now.
Yeah.
And then now that we're in the vlogging era, more and more people are going there, so it's more frequent. It's not isolated like it used to be.
Well, from what I've seen, if and you know, every case is different, but I have seen several stories about serial killers. If they're not disposing of the bodies on a piece of property they own or have access to, and in that case, you would have a mass grave. They're usually dumping them, and it's usually along a stretch of highway or something, and it you know they just tend to keep traveling. They try not to dump more than one in the same area. You know, they
Right.
try to spread it out. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of these bodies that are further north are related, you know, so in one way or another to some of the others found in League City area.
It could be, and it seems like a lot of the bodies that cause the death is a wide range of things.
Yeah.
You know, and I was telling Derek earlier, most serial killers have their calling card.
Mm.
And the example I gave you is like BTK killer was the bind, torture, kill.
Mm-hmm.
He had that. You
Yeah.
know, you brought up Ted Bundy,
Yeah.
that he switched things a little bit
Yeah.
throughout his spree. But same with Richard Ramirez. I mean, most of them had the same. John Wayne Gacy,
Yeah.
you know, had the same, you know, calling card, the same pattern. What if there's a serial killer down there that doesn't have a pattern?
Yeah.
You know, how much can you throw the police off if you're making one overdose or you're strangling one or you're doing this or you're doing that?
Yeah.
And in their mind, they're like, okay, well, this is not linked to this. This was an overdose, but this person was strangled. They're not going to make the connection.
Yeah.
So what if he's a multi?
And in that case, it would have to come down to DNA evidence and
Right.
any DNA that's common on these bodies that doesn't belong to the victim. You know.
You know, one thing I didn't look at, and I just now thought about, is I wonder if there has been any arrests for any of the bodies.
Yeah.
Is this 200 plus bodies that have no arrest attached to it?
No, that's a good question. I don't know. I
I didn't even.
certainly, if they've been finding them over a number of years, over a span of years, certainly they've got, you know, a
Somebody.
stack of persons of interest to
Right.
with these. So, and some of them have probably been, you know, ruled out and solved. You know, we don't know that these 200 cases are all unsolved cases. Some of them may be solved.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
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 So yeah, I mean, I think it just remains to be seen. I mean, they're still finding people out there. So
And how many bodies have they not found
yeah,
that, you know, that's in there, that's sitting at the bottom? That's like, you know, the one we have here locally, Alicia Minton. Her ex boyfriend confessed on killing her, told the police how he did it, where he dumped the body, but to this day, her body has not been found. And they had people from all over the country with sonar and boats out there trying to find it and
yeah,
still haven't.
out the lake. Mm-hmm.
So if they've have confirmed over 200 bodies in the 9 years, I would think there's still some down there that they just haven't discovered.
Yeah, and there's speculation that some of it could be related to, you know, gang activity, maybe even mafia activity, which is possible, but not 200.
Mm.
Um,
Well, the authorities chalked it up, a lot of them, to like just homeless, overdoses,
which many of them could maybe
people going in the bayou don't know how
don't
to
know. Yeah,
get out and end up dying. And all of those are plausible
yeah,
scenarios for sure.
certainly.
But what throws the red flag is the
The
number.
sheer volume. Yeah,
You know, just like, are there that many dumb people? And why is everybody flocking to this one bayou?
yeah,
Because you showed me the map.
yeah,
And there's other bayous, there's other bodies of water there. Why
yeah,
is it this certain stretch that
yeah,
everybody's just like, let's go get coked out and go run through the bayou?
yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know, if we're talking something that might be mafia related, you know, I think that there might be, but I think the number of bodies that would be dumped there in such a manner would be small. I don't. They're a little more sophisticated than that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go to the same
They,
place over
yeah,
and over.
they also don't tend to be serial killers in the mafia. It has happened, but that's a liability that they don't want,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of activity is curbed
Through the light.
through the light. That kind of activity is curbed, pretty quickly in
Right.
the mafia. They don't want attention. They don't want,
And
something like that.
they're pretty smart. They're pretty careful of what
Yeah,
they do.
yeah,
You
they're a
know.
little more sophisticated about how they do things. Now, if it's related to street gangs, that's another thing, but not at that volume either. But that's possible, it if you want to get rid of evidence, I mean, a bayou like that is ideal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spot to do that kind of thing.
In that video that we watched today, they mentioned one of the females that was pulled out 20 years old, and it was one of those cases where the last time she was seen was at a bar talking to a person,
Yeah,
and that happens with a lot of homicides.
yeah,
A female meets a guy,
yeah,
ends up gone.
yeah,
You know, so I don't think all 200 of them would be a serial killer.
yeah,
Um, but I believe the serial killer has something to do with some of them.
yeah. There's enough there that lends you to think that, a little from column A, a little from column B.
Right.
There's got to be. It's just the odds
That's
of,
just too many bodies.
yeah.
That's
There's so many.
and even if they're all individual
Mm-hmm.
and they have those, what is it, the 40 deaths that they don't can't determine how they died.
Mm-hmm.
You got 10 of them that I think it was 10 of them that was confirmed a homicide, and the other ones are saying it's homeless people and drug addicts and gang members. That's an extreme amount.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
extreme
I
amount.
mean, you think 200 people, I mean, that's the size of a small church,
Yeah, yeah,
full. Look at a small church full of people, and that's how many bodies they found so far.
and that's the key word, found.
Yeah.
And how many more are they going to get this year?
Yeah.
Like if they have another year where it's over 30, it's something. Also in that video, the lady brought up that they're holding and this year the World Cup. I forgot what sport it was. Do you remember?
I don't recall, no.
Okay, I
But
don't
it's a big
either.
event.
It's a huge event for the city,
Yeah,
and like they said, in order to get this event there, they've had to dish out. I mean,
a
an
lot of
obscene
money.
amount of money,
Yeah.
and also the city is going to get
Yeah,
an
sure.
obscene amount of money. So of course the authorities aren't going to be like, "Hey, we got a serial killer on the loose. We're fishing all these bodies
Right.
out."
Right.
Who wants to go to a city where in 2 years they fished almost 70 bodies that,
Yeah. Anything like that, they're going to have to downplay.
because money is more powerful than any of this,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so I'm curious if after this event happens, if they'll finally break down and say, hey, we got to.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly going to be investigating it, this whole time. They're not going to put a halt on that.
No, I'm just wondering if
So,
they'll give more information,
yeah.
out. Um, but I don't know, dude. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, something interesting as well, too. Their offices there for the detectives have got to be just off the hook insane right now
Oh,
because
yeah.
something like this, people come out of the woodwork trying to take credit
Mm-hmm.
for these things, whether they're involved or not. There's
Right.
some people that just want that kind of attention, and there's some people that just want to play games. But then there's some people out there that want to take credit for what they've done. And so you got to wonder if they've received calls or letters or anything like that, and,
Oh, I
and
bet
if
it's.
if anything in any of that is actually applicable.
Well, then you take that and you take the tip line,
Mm-hmm.
because there's always a tip line. And I know, like recently here, there was that lady with dementia that
Yeah,
got lost, and so many people tip line. Grant Harden,
yeah,
Remember when he escaped prison?
Yeah.
The tip line was going off
Yeah.
the chain, and of course, none of it was valid because they found him a mile and a half from
Yeah.
the prison. So you take a number like this, you know, the tip line has to be.
Yeah. And another thing to consider and be mindful of as well, which is unfortunately less sensational than any of the stuff we've talked about, but very important. Anybody who has had a loved one go missing in the last 30, 40
Mm-hmm.
years is probably just reliving all of that all over again now,
Oh, I bet.
wondering if one of those people that they found is their loved one. There's got to be a lot of hearts that were broken years ago that are breaking all over again,
Mm-hmm.
just wondering if there's any kind of proof or evidence that that's who they're missing.
You know, when people go missing, I don't know why they don't check waterways more.
Yeah.
There's these people on, they're on YouTube, all the social media, but they locate vehicles and rivers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And more times than not, it seems like there's a body in there.
Yeah.
And they bring closure to the family, like I found so and so.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the amount of people, and they're not the only group that does this. There's several groups throughout the United States that
Mm-hmm.
do this, and the amount of vehicles with the body in it that they fish out is kind of alarming.
Yeah.
And some of these, like you can see the car in there from satellite,
Mm-hmm.
and the authorities or nobody goes down to check it out to see, you
Yeah.
know, and they've been able to solve so many missing people cases
Yeah.
just by the rivers, ponds, lakes, stuff like that. It's like, why? Clearly, they are in Houston because that's the
Yeah.
place to be. But throughout the country, even here, it's like when I see a body of water now,
Yeah.
just like wonders like
You got to
something
wonder
down
what's
there.
what's in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the murky ponds
Yeah.
and stuff.
The good news is there are more and more independent companies like that
Mm-hmm.
springing up. So we'll probably get some closure on, or as much closure as you could possibly get
Right.
on a lot of cold cases because of independent firms like
Mm-hmm.
that, which is cool.
It is. It is cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine missing a loved one for
No.
months, years, decades,
Yeah.
and then 20 years later discover it in the bottom of a damn
Yeah.
river
Yeah.
or whatnot. You brought up earlier outside about Lake Mead.
Yeah.
When the water dropped so low in Lake Mead, they were finding bodies in barrels, and
Yeah.
that's been missing for. And I don't know if they've linked those people to their families or
Yeah.
whatnot, but it's scary when you think about how many bodies are out there, or how many bodies that we pass by every day that have no clue
Yeah.
that they're even there.
Yeah.
We got a lot of missing cases here in our area, and this is just a dot. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, even though it seems like they're kind of stonewalling, uh, the public with information, uh, I gotta you gotta have a little bit of your heart kind of goes out to law enforcement in Houston as they're working on this because this is huge, this is big, and it's a huge undertaking. They have to look at potential offenders. They have to try to look at the evidence that they're finding as they can, and then they also have to look at missing persons cases as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty daunting, especially with the volume that they found. So I'm sure they're working pretty tirelessly about it.
Well, Matt, on any investigation, you can't let the public know everything.
Right.
They got to have this information because the more the public knows, the more tainted this investigation is going to be.
Yeah.
And I know some police officers here locally, and I've been told things that the public doesn't know.
Right.
They clearly trust me to keep.
Stuff about the Illuminati because he won't tell me. He's
That's yeah.
tight-lipped. He refuses to tell me anything. Has secrets.
I don't know nothing. He's trying to put a hit on me. Listen to this guy. No. Um, you're a dick. um, but yeah, they can't let a lot of information out because it'll, set the investigation back.
Yeah.
And that's with anything. I mean, the government, law enforcement, there's so much that we don't know
Yeah.
as just normal citizens.
Yeah.
A lot of things we don't need to know. And even if they solve a case, there's still a lot more to it than what, we
Yeah.
find out
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. When they get someone in custody, even if they're certain that that person did it,
mm-hmm.
they have to compile all the evidence and
Yep.
build an actual court case to go to court against that person and prosecute them for it. So
And
their job is pretty endless when it comes to this stuff.
there's been cases where, they made the arrest, they thought they had all the evidence, goes to trial, and they're like, you don't really have anything.
There's just not enough.
And that's
Yeah.
why they try so hard.
Yeah.
But then you got the opposite, like the West Memphis Three,
Well, yeah. Yeah.
where they just rushed it and did a real shoddy job
Yeah.
on it. I believe the West Memphis Three is innocent, personally.
Yeah.
And the reason I believe they were innocent when they were in prison, but what makes me really think they're innocent now is they've all been released on the Alford plea.
Yeah.
And they're all, to this day, they've been out of prison over 10 years now.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to prove their innocence.
Yeah. Well, and there was no evidence.
There was no evidence
that they committed the crime,
other than how they dressed, how they acted, what they believed in.
Yeah.
But if somebody committed a homicide, went to prison, got released, knowing that they committed it, they drop it. They just disappear in the world.
Yeah, got away with it. I'm done.
These three are still fighting with attorneys and still trying to get another trial. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
So they can get this gruesome felony.
Yeah.
Off their record. That's what makes me believe that they're. They're innocent.
That's a good indicator, I would say.
It's just like if all three of them committed it, they would just be laying low. We wouldn't hear nothing about them, but they're still in the spotlight. They still pop up in the news a few times a year, and But anyways, that's a whole nother vlog.
Yeah,
that's a whole different thing.
Well, I mean, basically, I guess if anyone's thinking of vacationing in the Houston area anytime soon, that's we're not trying to deter you from that, but you may want to gas up well ahead of that, and not get out of the car between Houston and the Gulf.
Yeah,
and
probably need to carry a weapon. I don't know if anybody from Houston area watches this channel and you're listening to this. Make a comment. Let us know like what's going on down there with the people. I mean, we see interviews, but
yeah, I mean, and we can only assume how unnerved everybody is in that area.
Like, is it total panic, or is it just like, they found another one?
Yeah,
it's like I want to know how the community feels down there,
and especially this point, when you live in an area, you talk, you speculate, rumors circulate, you and your friends talk. What's the word on the street? What do people think about these? Do they think that there's some kind of serial event happening, or do they think it's just random, or a combination? I'm just kind of curious because what's presented in media is very different from the conversations that go on in neighborhoods.
The reality of it,
I just wonder what the folks out there are thinking about.
And the media is gonna change things to their narrative.
Yeah.
So if they don't want you to think they're a serial killer, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
If they want you to think,
and
that's like the documentary, The Killing Fields.
Yeah.
That's the angle that they took on it.
Yeah.
And that's not set in stone.
And of course, the most sensational headline is serial killer, over 200 bodies found. Well, no, that's probably not the case, but there may be something going on there that needs to be explored. So.
Either way, 9 years. Can you imagine in our area, 9 years, over 200 bodies being found in a certain area?
A decade of bodies being found in a certain area. It's just, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was telling Derek earlier, we have a lake here locally, and it seemed like every 2 years they were pulling a body out. I think the count's somewhere around, I'd say between 5 to 7, maybe.
Mm.
And I've nicknamed it Death Lake because it just seems like,
yeah,
and they've all don't know how they died, don't know how they got there. I hate that about the news and the media. They'll tell you this, like they'll tell you they found a body here, there. I want a follow up story.
yeah,
Like, well, they died of a heart attack. Was fishing, died of a heart attack, ended up in the water.
yeah,
Or if it's a homicide, of course, normally they say, hey, there was foul play.
yeah.
But
And a lot of times with homicides and missing persons cases, not only do you have detectives that follow it from beginning to end, even if they're not actively working on it, someone else is, and you also have journalists
mm-hmm.
that follow it from beginning and try to follow it from beginning to end as well, which is admirable.
Right.
Yeah.
Those journalists that stick with it is how we
Yeah.
get documentaries.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times.
Yeah.
But if you live in the Houston area, we're thinking about you. It's rough. That's crazy stuff going on, and we hope that there's some kind of information that comes out soon to really, solve a good portion of these
Right.
cases. But,
And if it continues, I hope it's less than what it has been, because
yeah,
35 bodies in one area in a year is
yeah,
pretty intense.
it is. Yep. Yeah, please give us comments if you know any of the latest information on these cases. Feel free to comment. If you're aware of anything similar going on anywhere else in the country, let us know. We'll look into it and discuss it.
Also, if you're in the Houston area and you want to talk about it, we can do like a phone
Yeah,
conversation about it and put a part 2 on this. You mentioned if there's anything like that happening in the country. This is kind of off subject, but it made me think of it. Is
always awesome. This is what the Illuminati does.
oh shit!
They distract you. Okay, please continue.
You're such a dick. If I get picked off, y'all remember this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It'll be just the confused podcast at that point.
um, did you hear about that guy that got arrested? I think it was in Pennsylvania for robbing over 100 graves.
Yes, yes. Yep, you brought that to my
Oh, did
attention.
I send that to? Okay,
You
I was
sent that to
yeah.
me, and then I saw an article about it later. Yeah, grave robbing.
And they go in his house, and he just has bones and skulls, and it's like they're not buried, they're not just.
No,
What the hell?
like he was collecting them.
That is so strange to me.
Yeah,
That's didn't kill him, just robbed people's graves.
yeah, yeah. Not a murderer, but yeah, he desecrated graves and robbed graves, and
I believe it was like they said it was over 100
yeah,
100 different skulls is what they found.
just insane.
And when they arrested him, he had skulls in his car and bones in his car and his backpack and
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
I don't know. It's a crazy world out there, folks.
yeah,
It just is. Be safe, be cautious. Like I tell my kids, watch your surroundings.
yeah.
If something seems out of place, don't do it.
Yep. Good advice.
I tell my kids too, like they go to a store, someone's following them around, don't leave that store. Go find a worker,
Yeah,
raise hell about it. Or if you go to your car and there's something unusual, or if you see $100 bill or something tied to your handle, just turn around and go straight back inside.
yeah,
Don't walk, don't try to play it off. Haul ass back inside and
yeah.
tell somebody.
When I see your kids in the store, I follow them around to make sure they're okay.
That is true. We did see him at Halloween Express once and he
Yeah,
kept
that's true.
following us.
Yeah,
That is true.
yeah, yeah,
Oh shit. All right, guys. Well, yeah, that's just a subject we wanted to bring up and see what your feedback is. Even if you don't live in the Houston area and you know about the case or something we missed, comment on it. Let's talk about it.
yeah. It's a big deal right now. It's huge.
Yeah.
So
Our hearts go out to everybody out there, especially the loved ones of the bodies that have been found. Just the general community.
yeah,
Sorry, you guys are going through that. That's tough.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Hopefully you'll get some answers.
All right, guys. Well, that's today's video. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Be adventurous. Be nice to one another. You got any final words?
No, I think you summed it up well.
That's it. Peace out. See you later.
See you.